Hello and welcome to this brand new series where I will be doing squad reviews. Within these videos, I'll let you know on what areas of the game you should improve on depending on what you want to do better in. And for each person, I'll be given a maximum of 3 tips just to make sure that the video keeps moving along and allowing you to work on these things that I've mentioned until the next time around. I'm hoping to be doing these once a month, so if you want your chance of your squad to be reviewed, then make sure you leave your in-game ID in the comments and what area of the game that you want to improve on. And again, just to be clear, you have to answer both of the questions to be featured in future episodes. So please enter your in-game ID and again what you want to improve on, like gem base, arenas, earning blue stars and stuff like that. Now, what is lucky is that I've already asked this question a couple of months ago, so I already have people this time around. The only unfortunate thing is, because it's been so long since I wanted to start this series, the person's situation might have changed by now, but I will still do it based on what the person wanted at that time and see if you all like this sort of video. And the next time it will be much more relevant to what your needs are, and I'm looking to do 3 people in each episode. I might be looking to do more in the future depending on how popular this becomes, but I won't be using the same people in the next episode, but it could be the one after that. This will just help make sure that everyone gets their chance to get their squad seen. So the first person we'll be having a look at will be this one here. Now this person wants to improve in their arenas, so let's see what they can do to improve. Firstly, after looking through their squad, it's great to see that you have all legendaries for their fighters level except for one item, but one easy fix is to just stay on top of new items for the right people. You could do swapping the ring from this tank here and moving to the mage called William, as magic damage from basic stats like the ring won't have any effect in battle unless it's on the right person. So this is a nice quick fix, and I can see that you have a lot of gem slots free, so you might only be using purples or above, which is fine, but what I would look to do is fill every health and damage slot possible for your physical damage fighters and spell power and health slots for all the mages as well. This will really help in keeping your team alive and only use the gems that actually matter the most, especially if you don't want to be filling every single slot. The last thing, which could be considered cheating, but that's up to you, and that's to increase your throne room level to at least level 10, but don't increase your fighters levels. This way you can improve your hero's stats and unlocking some cool abilities like regeneration for your tanks, and giving yourself a huge boost for anyone who has a throne room 9 hero. Moving on to the next person, and that will be this one here. This person wants to improve their gem base, so let's see what I can suggest to improve them. Now this does depend on how you do your gem base with what squad you use. As for myself, I only use my tanks until the very later rounds. But let's say that you use your whole team that you've got right now, then what I would suggest doing is focus on upgrading your Darkula to the 6p stage before working on other people. The healing bonuses they give to people go from 12,000 every 3.5 seconds to 33,000. That's just over 2.5 times more healing. And as I'm sure you know, that's per person, so it comes to a lot more healing, which is going to be great for your gem base. The next thing I would focus on is upgrading a couple of things to keep your tanks alive, and that would be regeneration, absorb healing, and anti-magic plates. With these upgrades, another 1 to 2 times, your tanks will start to last a fair bit longer than they usually would. And lastly, I would remove the rune from Loki, because if you ever see a rune that says it doesn't fit this weapon, you're actually gaining power without any extra abilities, which in turn is going to actually make your gem base a lot harder. I would also move the rune to the Darkula's ring, as this will amplify what they can produce in healing, as long as they have an orb as a weapon, which will be at the 6p stage anyway, and see how you get on with these improvements for now. Also, to everyone watching, please leave a big like if you're enjoying the video so far, and to liking this new type of content that I don't see anyone else that is making. Anyways, moving on to the last person, and that will be this one here. And they want to improve on the expeditions, so again let's see what can be done. Now this person's account is already extremely good. The hero has 283 stars, and everything major has already been upgraded, so you're good there. The team has all legendaries or above, except for the slots that you don't think are necessary, and I can see that. So that does make my job difficult because you're already at such a good standard, so I'm going to be a bit more nitpicky, but these will still help. Firstly, I would look to break down and remake all 3 of your tank's armor souls, and the reason for this is because your tanks have such high health already. You'll want to maximize their abilities to hit that 55% maximum, and because that will be over your 3 tanks in your starting lineup, that will give you a good boost for a small amount of effort. The next thing I would do to improve your chances will be to focus a little bit more on the damage of what your Legionnaire Slam can do. the odds are other people's Dragonborns are going to have very high health as well, and the Legionnaire will be your best chance in killing them before your other fighters can, especially with the artifact that you have equipped, giving them 6.5 seconds worth of time, which isn't really going to be a lot. So I'd recommend upgrading those 3 damage gems on its weapon to Ancients when you can, and I know this is going to take a long time, but again you already have a pretty decent squad already, so these will be the next best things to focus on. The last thing I can recommend, which might be something you do already, is to try and always use the Relic of Husselnir, and the reason why is because it can affect every enemy fighter, even on a 10-man squad. And at the maxed out stage, based on the stats, at least half of the enemies should be at least stunned for 3 seconds, again giving you a short time advantage. I hope my tips have been useful, not to only these people who have been featured today, but to anyone who has been watching this as well. If you have any tips for these people that you think could be more important, then please make sure you leave those comments below. And I actually have one final advice for everyone who wants to do well. Now that the Royal Challenge has reset, if you have a look at the amulet and mainly the artifact, you'll see that they're actually quite powerful and probably worth using in your team. You would have to pay to earn the artifact, but I think for the price of a silver pass and the additionals that it comes along with, it's certainly going to be worth the price, because no matter how strong you are, even up to a 40 million, stunning the whole team for 1.5 seconds is basically going to be free damage before they can do anything back to yourselves. So that's now everything. Make sure to get subscribed if you like these sorts of videos, as I'm hoping to make more of these in the future. And remember to leave your information at the bottom if you want to be featured next. And anyways, thank you all for watching if you made it this far, and if you like unique videos, then why not check out my video at the end of the rune event, as I'll show you how you can earn 12 runes in just 10 chests, just like I did, and prepare yourself better for future rune events.